So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive. And when I asked why that was, they told me, quote, "Whites have a pretty good situation right now," unquote. So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely because of the color of my skin? To be honest, after enduring a year of the people in charge telling me that I'm a racist and I'm privileged and pointing out our irreversible differences, I've never noticed race more.
This boy is my hero. This video is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited to be partnering with Manscaped. They sponsored this video. It's been years, y'all. I've been using Manscaped products for years. Not only just me, my wife literally steals my Manscaped products from me all the time. We've been using them for over 3 or 4 years. So I'm glad to present to you guys that Manscaped is offering a Performance Package 4.0. It's got the brand new 4.0 trimmer. For those of you who've used the product before, the trimmer is for you to cut your chest hairs and everything else. Yeah, I'm a man that loves to shave everything. And if you ain't that type of man, then so be it. You be you. Be a caveman if you want to. But if you like to shave everything, it got it for you. They have technology to help you not cut yourself and tear your body up when you do shave. Also in the package, they have deodorant. They have deodorant for your armpits and then everywhere else. They have they got lotions in there, body wash in there, boxers, and they got this cool bag that you can use in order to hold all your stuff in when you travel. I cannot say it enough. The products made for men just makes me happy. You go to the store, it's for everybody else, but men don't have a line of products that actually perform well and that are specifically for men. Now, the beauty about Manscaped is that women can use it too. Put in my discount code Tatum when you go to manscaped.com. You'll get 20% off plus free shipping. That's 20% off of this particular bundle plus free shipping. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, the links are in the description section. The reason I'm dressed up like this, I just came off Laura Ingraham trying to do my thing for the American people. But I had to mention this video. This young man being bold, brave, courageous, and speaking up for truth against a school board. They always say, and I make these videos all the time, they continue to say, "No, man, you just making this up, man. They're not doing this at the school, man. They know CRT ain't even bad for you. You know what I'm saying? They just teach the true history." Well, let me show you the effects and what young people are actually experiencing. Because they have the people that look like me be the victim, and the ones who look like this young man are the victimizers. And it's unacceptable. We should not be doing this in the school. Listen to what the boy had to say. This is a pretty long video, but I think it's all valuable in the context, and I applaud this young man. And if anybody can find out who he is, get him my contact information. I want to talk to him. I want to have him on my show. Roll the clip.
It's Brad Taylor, and I just finished my freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years, and I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools.
Actually going on.
Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education. I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. The principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important they are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. Now, members of the board, I know you haven't been to school in a while, and I know none of you, or most of you, don't have any kids left in the school district. But you must admit how uncomfortable it will be to be characterized just by your skin color on the first day of school, and be thought that you were wrong just because of your skin color. So I will never forget the look one of my friends gave me from across the room as we were sitting there listening to this blatant bias being expressed in the so-called equity statement by the leader of our school.
This boy's smart.
To be clear, I don't need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races and leaving just one race out, inevitably you'll start to feel like you've done something wrong. And in our principal's attempt to unify us, he instead created unwarranted boundaries and barriers between his students, pitting us against each other based on characteristics that we can't control. In another separate instance, I was told that writing "All Lives Matter" on the whiteboard was political and could be seen as offensive. When I questioned the teacher after class, she told me that she didn't have an answer and she just had to erase it, and it was quickly erased. There are political signs all over RHS, about specific races that matter, specific sexual orientations that matter, and specific perspectives that matter. But when I questioned the RHS administration about how these signs were political, they told me that they were supporting human rights. So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive. And when I asked why that was, they told me, quote, "Whites have a pretty good situation right now," unquote.
Oh, it's more. It's more. I want to interject and say something, but it is more. Can you imagine somebody saying that to your child after all we've been through? Okay.
So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely because of the color of my skin? To be honest, after enduring a year of the people in charge telling me that I'm a racist and I'm privileged and pointing out our irreversible differences, I've never noticed race more. And it's becoming the first thing I notice when I meet someone, which has never before been the case. RHS administration confidently told me that RHS students and staff are happy with their equity statement. But from my experience in talking with other students, this is not the case. I know many kids who disagree with their teachers, but they're too scared to stand up because they're worried that their grades will be docked and their learning experience will be affected. My honors government teacher, I'm not going to say his name, but he's mentioned that Democrats care more about all people while Republicans only care about themselves.
He's probably black.
And he's also inferred to us that socialism is better than democracy. He even had a statue. He had a statue of a socialist leader in his classroom. I've been told by a lot of kids that they just stay silent and adjust their schoolwork to reflect an acceptable opinion to secure a good grade. I've been approached by multiple teachers who have told me in private that they just want to say that they agree with me and they support me standing up, but they can't say it in front of the class for fear of being disciplined by the administration in some way or losing their jobs. There is clearly only one way to think in this district, and that is that they are teaching their kids to shut up if they don't agree. Now, members of the board, I want you to take a good look at yourselves in the mirror tonight and ask, are you really standing up for the equality of all people, or are you just pushing a damaging political ideology on our students? A fellow coworker at my job, who, by the way, is of color, discreetly told me that the schools seem to be pushing a very leftist agenda in class. This proved that not everyone is happy with your school, and not everyone who isn't happy is white.
There you go, boy.
Now, due to all these instances I've mentioned and many more that I can't fit in this 5-minute speech, I've decided to leave this district and continue school on a private Christian school online.
There you go, boy. I'm happy for you. I want to pay for your school.
And there will be sacrifices, and I will not get to walk in the graduation ceremony or attend milestones at RHS, but I will be able to learn in an environment that is not intent on punishing me daily for my skin color and political views. Now, regardless of how you take my speech, whether you just shrug it off as malarkey or Fox News talking points, I encourage you to think about it, because someday I'm going to be a leader. I may be the president, a governor, or just a professional golfer. Yes. But I will never stop believing that everybody has value, no matter their skin color or personal beliefs. And it's a shame that you're not going to be able to say that I was an alumni of RHS in District 196.
What I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you represent. I love this boy's confidence. Somebody get me this boy's name, and I want to help him pay for his school. We could pay for his private school education. I love when I see you know his parents got to be on to something. You know his parents are doing what's right. That boy said, I'm going to be somebody one day. I'm going to be the president or a professional golfer. Either way it go, y'all going to feel bad that I'm not an alumni of this school. God, I love this kid. I love this kid. I want my son one day to grow up and be just like this kid and be bold and tell the doggone truth. And it's a shame. It is a shame that we have these things like this going on in our school system. It is a shame. I understand that you want to uplift people, but you don't uplift people by tearing other people down. That's not how you do this. You don't uplift the inner city kids by tearing down white kids. You lift everybody up and everybody will rise together. That's how you uplift people. That's how you make a difference. That's how you do things better. You don't need to be making these young people have to be victims. I'm not a victim. I don't teach my son to be a victim. No, you're a victor. You're victorious in Jesus Christ. You have what we call Christ privilege, my man. You work hard, you apply yourself, and we'll see where we go from there. If you sitting on the sideline, you complaining, you ain't put in the work, you ain't put the effort in, you don't have no faith, you don't believe in yourself, don't tell me about what somebody else is doing. I'll listen to you complain if you're the first kid in the class. You study harder than every other kid in the class. You putting together the best effort that you could possibly put together, which is outdoing everybody. And they still don't give you opportunity. Come talk to me and we'll see of a better way and a strategy. But don't give me that bull crap that all them white men, all these people are discriminated against me. Get out of here with that. But I'm telling you right now, and I'm glad this young man stood up and said something. I hope this goes viral because there is an attack on young white kids in this country. These people act like white people grow up and they grew up with a debit card in their hand. Like white people don't have to go to work. They don't have to study for tests. Somehow they just put I'm white on the top of it and they get an automatic test score. Like they don't have trauma. They don't get abused. They don't come from broken families. I don't know. I guess white people don't have the struggles. That's the only way you could claim that there's white privilege if all of those things that I'm saying is true. But that's not true. White people, just like black people, just like Asian people, just like Native people, just like Mexican people, just like Europeans, whatever you want to say, Africans, just like all these people that come to America. We got one thing in common. We have 24 hours a day to do the best that we can. We got one thing in common. We have one thing in common. God has given us cards to play. And everybody don't have the same cards. But if you may have a bad hand, what you think is a bad hand, if you play your cards better than the man in front of you, you still win the game. You still win the game. The beauty is that God has given us 5 cards. We got the same amount of cards. Just play your cards right. Some people have a whole deck of winning cards, and they throw the game because they're arrogant, because they don't believe in God. They don't have faith. They don't have integrity. They throw the game with all of those good cards in their hands. Some people have nothing but perceivably low value cards that were dealt to them when they begin life. Mama was on crack. Daddy wasn't there. You got molested when you were young. You got a hand of some bad cards, but you know what? God can give you the knowledge and wisdom to play these cards in a way in which are conducive for you to still win. You can still win with these cards, brother. Okay, I'm preaching right now. Y'all better I got my suit on and everything. I'm preaching right now. Y'all better go get the offering plate. But I want to find out who this kid is, man. I want to bless him. I really want to be a blessing. Maybe he can get one semester of his school paid for. Maybe his parents are successful and they don't need no help. But I would love to get him a backpack or something. Send him some Officer Tatum merch or something. Because we got to rally our young people when they stand up for truth. We have to rally around them. We have to support them. We have to build them up. We have to make sure that he is become what he said he want to become. He wanted to be the president one day, professional golfer. We should rally around him, just like these liberals do to these victims. Somebody looked at me sideways in the store, and I'm black and they white. Oh my God, GoFundMe, $14 million GoFundMe. It's like, no, we should rally around these conservative young people who are standing up in the face of tremendous adversity. I've been to these colleges and universities, and I've been to these high schools. I haven't been to a lot. I wish I can go to more. But I've been to these schools, and I hear these young people talking and saying like it's just as bad as in college. They have to fluff, tests and stuff and try to write what the teacher wants them to write. They get forced, it's getting forced down their throat of propaganda. I'm finding out who this kid is. I'm going to have him on my show or something. I got to bless this kid. Anyway, y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Go get the Manscaped stuff. Link is in the description section. I love the products. I use them every single day. But I said, let's make a deal, because if I'm going to pitch y'all to millions of people, we got to do something in the middle there. But, I love the products. And to be honest, it ain't about no money. It ain't about none of that. It's about that I love the product and the fact that me and my wife been using this stuff for years. Never had a problem. Still got the buzzer. Now I got the new one. But anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.